Hello my friends, thank you so much for tuning in today. We have got a big one today. This is a biggie. We are going to learn all about the golf handicap. This is a big one. I get a lot of questions about exactly what is a handicap? Do I need one? Am I too good for one? Am I not good enough for one? I just started playing golf last week, so on and so forth. So today we have got all of that covered. So you may want to pick up a notebook or pull out your phone or your laptop and take some notes, because we are really going to dig into this so that you really understand what a handicap is, what it looks like in 2020, and how it can benefit you as a golfer, no matter how new or experienced you are. So here at the Dr. Greta Golf channel, we are all about serving you. We are so glad you're here, and we do not take your viewership for granted. Each week we provide pro tips and tools to help emerging golfers like yourself improve your golf know-how. So if you consider subscribing, we'd love it. We'd love it even more if you hit the notification bell so that you never ever miss a new episode. So let's get right into it. What is a golf handicap? Simply put, a golf handicap is a measure of your playing ability. Now, you figure that could be done a couple of ways or many ways, right? But really the beauty of the handicap is that it is a truly objective measure, in that every single person in the world is measured in the exact same way. Now, it's important to note that we've had handicaps for a long time in golf, but starting in 2020, January 2020 specifically, here in the United States, and it's phasing in throughout 2020 in other parts of the world, in Europe, in Africa, and other regions, we are now all going to a system that is called the World Handicap System. So we'll all be on the same system, which is really cool, because now no matter where you go in the world, everyone's playing ability has been measured in the same way. So now I'm sure there are a few of you watching who are very familiar with the USGA, which is the United States Golf Association, or the RNA, the governing body of most other parts of the world outside of the United States. You're familiar with handicapping as it's been done heretofore using in those governing body systems. But since the world has changed as of 2020 and we're all on the same system, everything we're talking about here is applicable to the World Handicap System. So the new World Handicap System was designed with three primary objectives. The first one being to allow and encourage as many new and developing golfers to maintain a handicap. Number two, it was designed to enable golfers of all genders, nationalities, and playing abilities to be able to transport their handicap indices anywhere in the world and play and compete on a fair and equitable basis. Number three, it was designed so that with sufficient accuracy, we can see what a player's ability is on any course based on normal playing conditions. So you might be wondering, how exactly is my handicap index calculated? So as you could very well imagine, it's a complex algorithm because it has to account for so many nuances, but the statisticians and researchers obviously do their best to make it as fair and equitable of a platform as possible. It is a complex algorithm of which we understand a pretty good amount of it, but I don't want to bore you with tons of details about it, but I do want to give you some of the important points so you can check them out right here. Whew, that was a lot. The good thing is we don't really have to think about the calculations very much. There's an app for that. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so now we've covered the technical parts of it. So the big question becomes, how do I get a handicap? Step one, become a member of an USGA allied golf club in your area. Now it's important to remember, I'm not saying that you have to run down and join the expensive country club or anything like that. Those allied golf clubs are simply places which are a lot of times housed at both public and municipal and facilities that are totally available to most of us that literally house and maintain your handicap for you. So that's simple, so don't worry about that word club and joining. It can be misleading. Step two, all you have to do is play 54 holes. That sounds like a lot, but remember, a full round of golf traditionally is 18 holes. 54 divided by 18 is just 3 rounds of golf. Even better, you can play that in 9. So 9 times 6 is 54. So if you want to play 6 rounds of 9 or any combination therein to get to those 54 holes, it's absolutely fine. Once you turn in those scores, you have established your handicap. Now, after listening to that, does it seem as daunting as you were perhaps thinking to get that handicap? I sure hope not. But let me tell you why I believe every golfer should have a handicap. First of all, it is shocking to me. At present, 85% of US-based golfers do not have a handicap. And I think that is because previously the system was a bit more cumbersome. I will be honest with that, it took a lot more, and we'll be talking about that in another video, some of the real benefits to the change and the transition to the World Handicap System. But I think it was a little bit too complicated and intimidating for some golfers. But that's not the case anymore. Now, one of the biggest benefits to this, as kind of mentioned earlier in the video, is this. The handicap provides us with an objective measure of an individual's playing ability. So with that, you can play with or against anyone. Think of it, anyone. Many new and emerging golfers limit themselves by playing without that handicap and not establishing one simply out of a lack of knowledge about it, which is totally understandable, but we're providing you with that, so that's not going to be an excuse anymore. But not really understanding the value of it. If you're using golf as a business tool in any way and you're playing in events, having that handicap is important because in many formats, it's going to be absolutely necessary for the tournament organizers and director to understand what your handicap is, just so that the pairings can work well and the teams are balanced and that each and every individual will have an opportunity to contribute and have a positive experience. Secondly, on an individual level as a player, it truly serves as a developmental tool because with use of your handicap, you can see where your strengths are, where your opportunities for improvement are, and you can share that with your teaching professional. As you learn the scoring and all the other elements and the nuances of your golf game, it becomes a powerful tool in your development. As we're learning and growing to become better golfers, why limit ourselves and not have this valuable tool in our bag? For a few dollars, you can have and maintain a great handicap and you can watch yourself grow. So understand this, having and maintaining a handicap is for every golfer, including you. So tell me this, please, in the comments below, let me know if you have a handicap, if you currently maintain one, if you've ever had one. Let me know in the comments below.